What's going on, my fellow YouTubers? This is Ricky J, baby, from Ricky J Sports. Welcome to another video, and we are simulating the main event for Saturday night right here, right now. And I'm so excited for this fight between Brian Ortega, T-City, going up against the Korean Zombie. And holy cow, man. After my last video, I want to thank you guys so much for the support. You guys asked for this, man. You guys were like, do the Ortega Korean Zombie fight. And we are going to kick back, relax, and simulate this fight and see how it goes. But as we're waiting for these guys to enter the octagon, I want to give you guys my take on this fight. I don't know if you're betting for real or with your buddies, but let me say this, man. Brian Ortega, he gained so much confidence after he made Frankie Edgar look silly on the feet. Remember that fight? And when he went up against Max Holloway, he forgot about what got him to the dance, man, and decided to try to stand and bang against Max, and he got picked apart. I think in this fight, he needs to go back to his roots, man. Go back to his Gracie Jiu-Jitsu and get in that clinch. Go for takedowns or even pull guard. But he has to make it a fight where he's throwing the whole mixed bag of mixed martial arts at the Korean Zombie, man. You just can't stand with the Zombie, because you know what's going to happen. The Zombie's amazing. Both of these guys have unreal chins. So I'm telling you right now, I think this is going to go 5 rounds, man. At least 4. But Chan Sung Jung, hopefully I said his name right, he is a beast. You know, when he destroyed my fellow Canadian Mark Hominick in 7 seconds, that's when I really started following this guy's career. And then when he took out Dustin the Diamond Poirier, who I met in real life, holy cow, he's short, man. I'm 6'2", by the way. But when he took out Hominick and Poirier, and then he lost to Aldo, I'm like, this guy's the real deal. And it was crazy. After his loss to Aldo, he took 4 years off before he fought Dennis Bermudez and KO'd him. And what can you say about the Yair fight? It was back and forth, man, right up until 1 second left in the fight. Do you guys remember that? Crazy elbow, man. What was that? It was a 6-12 elbow standing up. It was unbelievable. But he's coming into this fight on a 2-fight win streak. You know, his last 2 wins have been via TKO in the first round. So Brian Ortega really has to obviously be aware of the stand-up game of the Korean Zombie, and he just has to mix it up, I think. A lot of people are saying that the Zombie's going to win this one, but in my opinion, I don't know, man. I kind of feel like it's a pick'em fight. I really feel like Brian Ortega's chin is really going to keep him in this fight. It's going to allow him to stay in the pocket if he so chooses and just fire back at the Zombie. So I don't know, man. This is going to be, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is going to be the top 3 best fight of the year for sure. Both of these guys are exciting, and you know, you don't see a boring fight with these 2 guys. So let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments who you think is going to win. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that, I'm saying that a lot these days, even off YouTube, that saying, but man, I got to stop that. But anyway, I'm going to give you guys my prediction. I'm going to say Ortega's going to pull this off, and he's going to win by decision. But it's going to be back and forth, but I'm going to say Ortega is going to pull it off by decision. Let me know in the comments. But here we go. This is powered by EA Sports UFC 4. Oh, Ortega! And we're going to see what the legendary AI is going to say about this matchup. So here we go. If you haven't played this game, man, EA Sports UFC 4, you know, it's got a lot of mixed reviews, but they're working on it, man. They're working on the game, and hopefully in time it's going to be what EA Sports UFC 3 became, which was a fantastic fight simulation. But anyway, forget about that. That's for another video. Here we go. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I turned down the volume too to kind of give you that COVID experience. And you know what's nuts? I tried to set this fight up inside the Apex Center. Oh, nice whiff. But it looked too cartoony in my opinion. But I lowered the volume of the crowd. So here we go, and I turned off the commentary because it's my time to talk, huh? I'm the sheriff in town. But right away, this is, whoa, flying triangle. This is what we need to see from Ortega. We need to see this, where he gets in the clinch, goes for a flying triangle, and that's where he got his nickname. One of the Gracie brothers who trained him when he was like 15 years old, he would train on the mat and just get everybody in a triangle. So when they went bowling, apparently, Gracie nicknamed Ortega Triangle City, and then Ortega just shortened it to T City. So that, if you're wondering, that's where he got his nickname of Brian T City Ortega. Big ups to my good friend Tuna, who just logged in, man. Much respect to you, man. But anyway, let's see what happens right here. Are we gonna see the Korean Zombie, you know, working Ortega here? I think he's playing with fire if he does this in real life. Don't you think, huh? Huh, brother? Don't you think he's going to be playing with fire if he's working in Ortega's guard? And this is crazy, man. This is what you don't want to do, because Ortega's got the tricks, the long legs, and he's got the versatility. And oh my gosh, is this fight going to be done? Is this going to be a wrap right away? Like I said, man, you can't be playing with fire, man, when it comes to Ortega's ground game. And Ortega's incredibly strong on the squeeze, you know, with his arms for submissions, with his arms and with his legs, man. He's just so good. But look at this, a reversal. Oh my gosh. What are we gonna see here? What? Well, it's pretty close, but okay, but the escape bar looks like it's gonna make it or not. Oh, he escaped. Crazy stuff by the Zombie, but the Zombie, if you know anything about MMA, he needs to get this fight on the feet. But like I said in the beginning of this video, this is gonna be a grind of a fight. Oh, good job by the Zombie. And you know what? They got these AI characters correct when it comes to their strategy. He decides to get up, but like I said in the beginning of this video, brother, huh? You can tell I'm jacked up. Ortega needs to get inside, get that clinch, because he's not the best at driving takedowns, you know? And the best guy at driving takedowns, you know who I'm going to say. I'm going to say George Rush St. Pierre, huh? I'm going to dictate the fight. But you know who else was really good? And it's going to kill me when I say this, but Josh Koscheck, man. He was really good at those driving takedowns, and Ortega doesn't have that in his game. So he's got to make things dirty. He's got to get inside, you know, and then try to level change and go for takedowns, but get into that clinch and just make things very uncomfortable for the Korean Zombie. And both of these guys have fantastic gas tanks, so I'm telling you, there's not a lot of fights where I get really amped up, and this is one of them where I'm just going to be just so excited to see some action, man. I want to see some action. And if you're probably wondering, you're like, who's your favorite UFC fighter right now? Ortega's up there. But right now, my current favorite, and don't laugh at me, I know you guys are going to send me some crazy comments. My favorite fighter in the UFC is Michel Pereira. You guys know who Michel Pereira is. The guy that does all the crazy antics inside the octagon. And I just love that guy because he makes watching fights fun, man. But Ortega and the Zombie make fights so much fun to watch, man. But look at this. The Zombie's good in the clinch too. Huh? You're probably sitting there at home. You're like, what? You're not saying much about the Zombie. The Zombie's deadly. This guy has no regard for, you know, his opponent's power. He'll just stand right in there and swing, man. But he's controlled. He's a control freak. Let's be honest. He's a control freak. And he's got great power. Fantastic power, precision, timing. And I feel like if you're talking about the stand-up game, the Zombie obviously has the advantage, and you're probably like, yeah, Captain Obvious, but Ortega's got some pretty decent power, man. I know I said in the beginning that he dropped Frankie Edgar, but he also clocked Max a couple times. Oh no! Don't give me a tip during this video. They did that in the last video. Remember that? We're trying to simulate a fight right here, and the video game is giving me tips. I don't need tips. I just want to watch the fight. But this is crazy right here. It's crazy how we're seeing the Zombie get into the guard, and I'm telling you right now, this is not gonna happen. This is not gonna happen. But things are nuts. Things are nuts when it comes to MMA and seeing a fight actually play out. But this would be just silly. And you wanna, if you've ever been in a fight, and you're probably like, you haven't been in a fight. Oh, you don't know my history, brother. You don't know my history. But you want to take the path where you're gonna the best chance to succeed. And this is it. This is not it for the zombie, but this is it for Ortega to have these crazy scrambles. But yeah, you want to kind of play it safe. And the zombie was playing with fire, man. He's getting burned right here. Let's be honest, he is definitely getting burned. Because the thing is with Ortega, you could be doing well on the mat momentarily, but he'll find a way to reverse you and then lock in a submission. I really love just seeing him work on the mat, how he sets up traps to get the submission. He's just very clever. And I love those mind games. And look at this. This fight is not looking good for Jung, but you know what his favorite TV show is? Come on, say it out loud. Have you been following me for a while? Saved by the Bell. There you have it. Saved by the Bell. And you know what? This is like story time for me today. It reminds me of back in the day when the UFC first started. Holy smokes, man. No time limits. Huh? You think the UFC is brutal now. Back then, holy cow. No time limits. And at UFC 1 and 2, you know, your corner could throw in the towel. But, you know, the stoppages weren't like how it is now. Like, there were a lot of unnecessary blows that were landed. If you're bored, you know, go buy UFC 1 and 2. I remember UFC 1 seeing Patrick Smith. Remember Patrick Smith? No, it was UFC 2. Seeing Patrick Smith knock out that guy Morris with elbows. Holy cow, it was the first time I ever saw a guy get clocked with elbows. And the guy couldn't stand up. Poor Morris. Couldn't stand up. And he was like a kung fu guy. Let me know if you remember that fight. Got stuck in the mount and got elbowed into oblivion. But anyway, back to the simulation fight. Man, it is so close. And this is... Oh! Big shots. I'm telling you, the power of Ortega in this game and in real life is something that you got to respect. You know, it takes him a little bit to kind of wind up his punches. Like, he's not like a Max is. Oh, he's hurt. Max kind of lets his strikes flow. But when Ortega cocks it back and lands, it's something you got to be aware of. But nice takedown right here. This is a crazy simulation fight. And if you missed my last video, I'm not going to tell you what happened, but we simulated Khabib and Justin, and it was just a fantastic simulation fight to call and to to watch with you guys. And we're getting the same thing right here. Just a seesaw battle. But right now, we got to say, man, that the zombie's in trouble, but he did a fantastic job transitioning. Let's see. Oh, is he going to get the reversal? Doesn't get it. And you got to be careful here. Watch your arm. Watch your arm. Watch your neck. Watch your whole body. And here, oh, he gets it. Kimura attempt. Oh my gosh. This fight looks like it's in the bag. But is the zombie going to find a way out? Look at those bars, man. If you're not familiar with this game, those bars can tell you it's the timeline. If the guy's gonna escape or if he's gonna tap. And oh my gosh, it looks like it's gonna be over. Oh my gosh, and it's over. And this could possibly be the outcome right there. Wow, unbelievable finish by Ortega. The zombie made a mistake. The AI Korean zombie made a terrible mistake of trying to turn this fight into a jiu-jitsu match. But let's be honest, this fight is gonna be on the feet if the Korean zombie can stuff the takedowns of Ortega. And I think he will. I think it's going to be a back and forth stand-up brawl. And I know some of you are like, you don't know what you're talking about. Maybe I don't, man. But in my opinion, in my mixed martial arts senses, I really feel like it's going to be a stand-up battle. But if I'm in Ortega's corner, you know, it's pretty obvious you got to get the fight to the mat. And even if he attempts some takedowns, planting that seed inside the zombie's head that you're going to go for takedowns will open up your stand-up game. So hopefully Ortega does that. I'll be cheering for Ortega. Like I said, he's one of my favorite fighters. But let me know in the comments, who do you think's going to win this epic battle? I'm calling it right now. It's going to be top 3 fight of the year for sure. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for sticking around and have a great weekend. And hopefully you're going to enjoy this event and have some cool drinks and some great food with your friends and family. Well, remember, at a social distance. But anyway, I'm out of here. I'm rambling. This is Ricky J. All the best. If you haven't yet, subscribe, brother, and maybe a legal kick that thumbs up button. How about that? That would be great. But anyways, take care. All the best. I'm out.